YouTube, it's Lori. I can't tell if you can see me or not. Anyway, I am hopping on here to give you my week 4 update. I would have given you a week 4 update on Friday, but I had my first fill today, so I wanted to wait until I did that to get on here and tell you how that went. So I'm calling this True Confessions Monday. We'll get to that in a minute, but I went to the hospital to have my fill for the first time. My surgeon requires that so that if there are any complications, you're at the hospital. But after the first one, if it goes fine, they'll do it in the office. So I wanted to give you a weight update before we talk about the fill. I'm not good at this. I need to get better at these videos. Maybe I should make notes, do you think? Anyway, so I had lap band surgery. I started at 265 and I had my surgery December 9th, which is only a month and a day ago, technically. And I have lost 28 pounds. I'm down to 237 today. So that's great news. That's really good. That's without any fill. So I was kind of wondering if I even needed to get a fill. And the guy said I did. He said they like to put in at least 3 cc's. Right away at the 5th week after surgery, so we're even a little bit short of that 5 weeks, but it was an easy process. I went in, they put an x-ray on me to tell where the port was at, and they put some shots of lidocaine around the site, just one shot as far as I could tell, and that hurt a little bit, but then it was numbed up, and then they just stick a syringe with the 3 cc's of fluid into the port through your skin and fill it up, and then they made me hang out for about 15 minutes and drink some water to make sure it would go down, and I don't feel any different inside. I mean, when I drank the water, I could definitely tell it was a little tighter, and I have to go back on fluids for a day, and starting tomorrow I need to start back on like what is it, stage 5 foods, so I'm sort of liquids for today just to make sure everything's okay. So that's my information about the fill. It was really pretty easy. But what I really want to talk about today, more even than that, is that I spent a little time over the weekend preparing for this video by thinking about some of my terrible bad habits that I used to have before having surgery. And you all know what I'm talking about because you don't get 265 by eating carrot sticks, you know what I'm saying? So I went through my credit card statements for 2010, and so I have some information for you. You'll be shocked, as was I. So, in 2010, I went to 67 sit-down restaurants. Now, you might think that's not too many. And really, I was surprised that number was pretty low. The truth is, sit-down restaurants were not really my problem. As a family, we've always made an arrangement to kind of go out to dinner about once a week someplace that's a sit-down place. Someplace like, you know, Bob Evans or Grand Traverse Pie Company or Cracker Barrel, that kind of thing. Chinese, you know. So that's 67 is not a terrible number. This is a terrible number. I have gone to 287 fast food restaurants in 2010. That's a lot. And there's my problem. It's True Confessions Monday. I want to get this video out so people will think about that and think about themselves and what they do that's really hurting them and whether they recognize it even, because to be honest, I would have said that I had gone maybe half that much. Even that is terrible. I mean, the truth is, this is how much I've spent going to restaurants this year. $3,453. That's $287 a month. That's $71.75 a week on going out to restaurants. So, okay. I can live with these numbers. McDonald's, Taco Bell, Arby's, Wendy's, Jimmy John's. I'm such a bad girl that I would go get early morning McDonald's after dropping my son off at school. And then I might come home and do some housework and then go out and get lunch about 1. And I'd go to Arby's and get the big old roast beef and those wonderful cheese sticks that they have. And maybe a little bitty Jamocha shake. And once I finished eating that while listening to Dennis Miller Radio, I might stop by McDonald's on the way home and get 3 chocolate chip cookies. Sometimes, oh, I can't believe I'm telling you this, I would get 6 chocolate chip cookies and put one of them in the glove box and eat them the next morning after dropping Josh off at school. And this is just how my week would go. And I didn't exercise, so it's really no wonder to me that I got up to 265. I'm not surprised. So it is what it is. I've changed my ways, and you know, would I have changed my ways without having surgery? Probably not. I mean, that's the simple truth of the matter, is that I'm a junk foodaholic and I love sugar, and I would go out of my way to get my hands on it. You know, I might think nothing of having a candy bar out and then also serve dessert after dinner. So, you know, I mean, these are things that I am learning about myself. I mean, I knew them, but I didn't really think about them. When you know you're doing something bad, you just put it in the back of your mind and you press on. And it's not even like I'm a closet eater. I wouldn't even care if people know that I did that, except that maybe knowing it in its entirety, knowing what a whole year looks like, is shocking to me. So anyway, I would just challenge you, maybe not to share it in this way, you know, but just to think about what do you do that is really hurting you that you could give up. So anyway, I don't mean to end on a low note. I have lost 28 pounds after all, so that's good news. And my fill went really well. But, you know, I'm not trying to put this out there to discourage anybody. If anything, I'm just trying to say that you have to think about your behavior because nobody else is thinking about it. The only person who cares about you enough to do something to change you is you. And I wrote a blog about this and said, you know, the day you have your surgery is a big day because starting the very next day, you are the only one who's going to get up and shake the vitamins into your hand and make you take them. You're the only one who's going to know if you're under on your fluids. You're the only one who's going to know if you put a brownie in your mouth. So you're the only one who's supposed to care about your health and well-being enough to make you not do those things. So I don't know, I just have been really thinking about this, and I just thought it would be an interesting exercise to look at this. And I got to be honest, I'd like to have that $3,400 back in my hand so I could, you know, go on a vacation or buy new underwear or something. But I just think that it's a study in what I was all about last year. So I'm excited about the new year. I'm excited about this change I've made. I really feel like it's we're going in a positive direction, and I'm getting a lot of inspiration from watching you guys out there on YouTube. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.